Hello everyone, Wiggles here with my first channel update video. There were a few times I debated doing one of these sooner, but for one reason or another I just didn't, mostly due to the lack of anything significant or profound to talk about. However, with a lot of things in full effect and also a lot of cool stuff I'm planning on doing in the near future, I figured what better time than now than to make a channel update video. So sit back, relax, and let's talk some Wiggles. When I created this channel last spring and uploaded my first video, Top 5 Video Game Magazines, on May 16th, 2020, I really had no objective with this channel other than to share my love of gaming and to give people a nice little distraction from the world ending. I had played around with the idea of creating a YouTube channel for years prior to that, but because of work, life, career changes, medical shit, just didn't happen. At one point, I wanted to make videos around collecting and video game hunting, but that never happened. Then I thought of creating a channel dedicated to just playing and reviewing rare, expensive games, which, I guess in a way I sorta do, but not specifically for that reason. Finally, I just said and just started making whatever I felt like. More or less, since I began uploading to YouTube, I've kind of just posted videos about whatever I was playing at the time or interested me that week. The end result of this is my channel being a mosaic of gaming content that ranges from adventure game reviews to bullet hell countdowns to frickin' pinball machines. More than anything, this really reflects my passion for gaming, which is quite vast and diverse. Unfortunately, YouTube's algorithms are not kind to overly general content coming from a single channel, and as a result, my channel has suffered quite a bit. But more than YouTube's shitty algorithm, it is clear that most of you overwhelmingly enjoy pretty specific types of videos I make. Using views, likes, and audience retention to gauge what you all enjoy watching, undoubtedly the content most of you are here for are my pinball and shmup videos, specifically the countdown videos. And honestly, that's totally awesome. I freaking love playing pinball and shooters as much as I can, so continuing to make videos about them is something I not only intend on doing, but plan on doing more of. Unfortunately, my other videos, well, don't get the same love. I've mentioned in previous videos that my favorite video game genre is actually action-adventure games. This might surprise a lot of people considering I'm always gloating about arcade-style games and pinball machines I grew up with. On top of that, I'm also a fan of platformers, FPS games, park sims, RTS games, racing sims, and so many other genres. Unfortunately for my channel, so are the majority of other gamers, and as a result, YouTube is literally saturated with Legend of Zelda, Shenmue, and Sonic videos. So when I post a video for some AAA game like The Last of Us or Star Fox 64, it mostly gets lost in a sea of other videos about those exact same games. On top of that, I feel like my channel has really found its niche with shmups and pinball as mentioned earlier. Sadly, what this unfortunately means is I will no longer be doing videos on games or genres that don't appear in arcades, or at least you wouldn't likely see in an arcade. At least for the foreseeable future, at least. So if you're one of those people that enjoyed my Tail Concerto video, or one of the 50 people who actually watched my The Last of Us review, and subbed to the channel because of them, I am very sorry. And while I am narrowing down the focus of my channel to games and genres commonly found in arcades, this doesn't mean that I'm just going to be doing shmup and pinball videos from now on. Obviously, arcades have way more games represented in them than just shooters and pinball machines, and there are countless fighting games, racing games, beat-em-ups, and light gun games that I want to discuss and rank badly. So in addition to more pinball and shmup videos, expect more content related to arcade and console releases around these other genres as well. This leads me to possibly the biggest and most important part of this video, my channel's name. The name Wiggles is obviously derived from the Pokemon Wigglytuff, but there's way more to the story than just me being a fan of this lovable pink blob. Growing up, I had a knack for doing cartoon voices. This no doubt came from my love of cartoons and video games, but one voice I was somehow able to do very well was Wigglytuff. Even more surprising was that Pokemon came out in the US when I was in my early teens, and despite puberty, I was still able to do a spot-on Wigglytuff impression. My best friend in high school would nearly piss himself laughing whenever I do a Wigglytuff voice, and one day a punk kid we used to hang out with just started calling me Wiggles, and the name just sort of stuck. Hell, even my little brother started calling me Wiggles at one point. But anyhow, trying to avoid something generic sounding, I decided to use the nickname for my channel. Oh, and before anyone asks me to do the Wigglytuff voice, the answer is no. Maybe someday I'll do it if I ever reach like 10,000 subs or whatever, but for now, the answer is definitely no. But while this name is somewhat original and unique, it doesn't really say much about what my channel's about. Honestly, people are probably more likely to think my channel has to do with those Aussie dorks that sing songs to children than a channel about video games. So, I've come up with a solution. As you may have already noticed if you've been to my channel page or just looked below this video, my channel's name is now Wiggles Arcade. Sure, I still probably look like a moron with a name like Wiggles, but at least you know you're here to see arcade game content now. And look, all these changes are not part of some plan for me to become the next PewDiePie or JonTron, but rather I just want to try and get my content out to more people so it can hopefully be enjoyed more. I'm not trying to get rich off of YouTube or make a career out of this, but given part of my goal of this channel is to give people an escape from bullshit like the news, politics, or their day-to-day grind, I'd like to see more people find and watch my videos. And if people are regularly after videos like my Tail Concerto review, then there are plenty of other options out there. But if people want to remember cool arcade and pinball games they grew up with, then I want my channel to be the place for that. With all that out of the way, let's talk about some videos I'm currently in the process of making. While I don't want to give away too much, I will say that my next video is a top 10 countdown for a fighting game series that is very near and dear to my heart. On top of that, I've been working on a very ambitious project involving the Shmups on not one, but 2 different consoles. Unfortunately, this video is coming along a lot slower than I had anticipated it would, but I will definitely have it out before the end of the year. I'm also in the middle of making a new pinball countdown video, so expect that in the coming months as well. And then finally, I'm playing around with the idea of doing a video series on something I'd not only love to do, but I think a lot of you would really enjoy as well. With spring around the corner and summer quickly approaching, there's no better time than now to get the ball rolling on this idea. But stay tuned and find out what I might have up my sleeve. The final thing I wanted to bring up are the intros to my videos. With YouTube being super strict about copyright, I've decided to remove most of the intros in all of my videos. While nothing in them was from a Beyonce or Beatles song, they still contained audio that was owned by someone else. Being a good boy and also getting ahead of a potential copyright takedown, I removed chunks of these intros and also muted them. So unfortunately, they are now pretty bland, but then again, they weren't that great to begin with either. That's not a big deal though, since all my future videos will soon possess a new and improved intro, which I'm very excited to reveal. My good friend Lauren, who also did my updated Wiggles avatar, logo, and banner, is working on this as we speak, and I'm hoping to have the new intro ready before my channel hits its 1-year anniversary in May. But anyhow, that's all I have for now, folks. I hope the news of my content changing doesn't alienate too many of you, but honestly, it'll probably make most of you happier. I'm fairly certain that at the very most, only 5% of you are likely here because I spent 10 minutes mispronouncing concerto, or I had you on the floor laughing during my Panzer Dragoon countdown. But regardless of why you're here or why you've decided to continue staying subbed to my content, I want to say thank you for your support. I'm overwhelmed that even 100 people want to regularly watch my videos, and despite my channel still being a little fish in a massive pond, I'm beyond happy with the growth this channel has seen over the last 9 months. I will continue to make more of the content most of you are probably here for, and quite frankly, more of the content I really want to make. But again, thank you for watching, and feel free to let me know how you feel about any of these changes, or if you have any questions at all. But as always, take care everyone, have a good one, and I'll see you again soon.